Alrighty, what's going on guys? I'm thesolobandit and welcome back to CARX Drifting Online. So today's video is going to be a little bit different. We're going to be talking about the 10 things that really needs to be added to CARX Drifting Online. Alrighty, first on the list we have tracks. Tracks has been an issue in this game for a long time. We're just not getting high quality tracks anymore. The tracks that we do get are pretty much dead within about a month of being released, and that goes for a lot of the cars as well. A lot of these cars become redundant way too fast because they're just not thought out very well, and they're kind of rushed. So in my opinion, I don't know if this is done yet, I don't even know if this is a thing, but adding more incentives for modders so they can go ahead and actually create content, more high quality content for the game, with the potential of having their game added into the base game as content. So, you know, players going ahead and making maps like they already are, you give them a little bit more motivation by saying, hey, if you create a map and it gets enough popularity, we'll go ahead and add it into the actual game, and we will cut you in on the deal and give you a little bit of kickback for all of your hard work. We already know that modders do get sticked a lot of the time when it comes to mods. There is some developers out there that will rip off mods, literally just rip them off and give no recognition to these people who have put hours into these mods. So, you know, might as well add an incentive, and in that way the developers have less work to do, the modders get rewarded for their hard work, and the consumers, us, actually have more content, which is really, really decent. So typically when you jump on and try and join a map, you're going to be greeted with pretty much the same ones every single time. LA Block, East Toge, and Red Rock. So that's what I mean by this game just does not have enough variety. You can have all the maps you want in this game, but unfortunately no one's going to play them if they are no good. So, like I said earlier, giving the modders more of an incentive to actually create high quality mods and giving them community more of a say than they actually have would definitely be a great way to boost up the maps and bring back this community for CARX Drifting Online. Okay, so number 2 on the list is car sounds. Now, I don't know about you guys, but every single update we get different car sounds for the cars in the game, and sometimes it completely breaks it. For instance, this car didn't sound too bad before the last update, but now it sounds horrendous. It does not sound nice at all. I don't like the sound. The car is actually really, really good, and this is pretty much the same issue with a lot of cars in the game. So just simply adding the ability for us, instead of you guys having to go ahead and change the sounds every single update because people like me are complaining about the sounds, instead of doing that, why not just add the option? I've been saying this in a lot of videos, just add a option for us to go ahead and change the car sounds ourselves. Number 3 on the list, we have presets. Don't want to use a D1 spec style build? Well, then you go ahead and switch it once again, and now you've got like a missile in the progress style build, and then the body kits obviously will change to whatever you have, and then the tune setup will change to whatever you have as well to fit the track that you are currently running. I can't be the only one that gets sick and tired of every time I want to use a car on a different track, I've got to go ahead and chop and change all the gear ratios, the power, and muck around with all that stuff. It's really annoying and really time consuming. So that one was definitely something that should be added into the game at some point. Okay, so number 4 on the list is in-game tuning. Now, once again, I know this is an option on PC, but unfortunately on every other platform it is not an option. So having the ability to switch out from different tune setups, or even adjusting your tune setup in-game, would be so helpful, because currently the only way, if your car is not working how it's supposed to be, you have to go ahead and exit the lobby, and it takes forever, and you know, it's not a guarantee that you're going to get back into that lobby. Then you're going to go ahead and make those changes like this and muck around with it. You don't know if it's going to work or not, and then you have to jump back into the lobby, test it again to find out it didn't work, and then rinse and repeat. So an easy fix for this would be to add in the test drive feature online, or the same sort of idea anyway. So what I mean by that is, you know, maybe your car's not working as it should be, you need to make those fine-tune adjustments. Instead of doing what we just did earlier, you can just go ahead and jump into the dyno stand while in game, make those adjustments, head back into the game, and then get straight back into the action. This is another one which would be awesome for the players in the game. It just saves us so much more time, and it's just one less hassle that we have to worry about. So number 5 on the list is giving some love to the older cars in the game. Yeah, I know, newer content is always good to see, but you got to remember there's still some great cars in the game, but unfortunately, like this poor car, it doesn't really have any good body kits to use, hence why you never see this car actually used in lobbies. When you look at these body kits, most of them are butt ugly. There's only like 1 or 2 which are somewhat decent. That one there is okay, But really, things like that, you're never going to see anybody rocking these body kits because they're just horrendously bad. Okay, number 6 on the list is one that is a bit of a pet peeve for me because I do a lot of livery editing, and that is a zoom function, especially for, like I said earlier, for console players and other platforms besides from PC. Now, we don't have the luxury of zooming in and out, right? Something that you would think is fairly simplistic and that should be added into a game, especially if you are making liveries. But unfortunately, we don't have that option, so when you're trying to make a livery design, you've got to squint as much as possible, get your face right up to the screen of the TV or the monitor, whatever you're using, to try and figure out what the hell you are looking at. And the only option that there really is, it's to go into test drive or into an actual game and zoom in with the zoom feature to see, okay, do I have that up correctly? Do I have this all set up properly? Yada yada. So, you know, once again, this is already an option in the game. Why not just add a simple slider for players to zoom in and out? We don't have to clap our eyes so much. So number 7 on the list is adding a way so we can go ahead and sell our tune setups and our liveries. So having the ability to actually sell and buy other people's tune setups and liveries just adds a whole new different aspect to the game, and also more variety. It makes more people happy. You're going to have better tune setups, you're going to have better liveries in the game. Also, it would be really handy for teams to share their liveries together, to share their tune setups as well, so then everyone is on the same exact level, everyone's got the same livery designs, and no one's got this jacked up livery which looks way different to the other team members because they suck at making liveries. So that solves that issue too. So number 8 on the list is a free cam mode for the photo mode. This is something that really annoys me because when you're trying to get those sweet juicy action shots either by yourself or in a lobby, you kind of can't because you're locked into this camera mode which is locked around the car, so you can only really circle around the car. You can tilt it, which no one really uses, you can adjust the height, and you can zoom in, but it doesn't really give you the effect that you really want. So you usually see photos like that or kind of like that, but that's about it. You can't take a photo from behind because the cameras glitch out when you're near any object, but having a free camera mode, you can kind of waltz around anywhere you want and get that perfect shot that you really need to get. See right here, I kind of can't get the rear end there because it pushes me like that. So it's kind of annoying. It's definitely something that would be beneficial to a lot of people in the game, and once again, it's something that seems fairly simple and would have dramatic effects in the overall experience in the game. So number 9 on the list is going to be the top 32 mode and having a massive overhaul in this whole section right here. So even though the tracks do change every now and then, there's still not enough options, and some of the tracks that are really good never get put on here, which is a bit of a shame. And not to mention that the wait times is ridiculous. It takes way too long to get into this game, and to put in all this time just to make $20,000, it's a bit of a joke. So adding in something that is going to give people more of an incentive to play it, such as unicorn cars, special liveries, special logos, things like that can only be obtained by getting that trophy, is going to bring back a lot of players to the top 32 mode, because everyone is going to want to play it to get those special unicorn cars or whatever the case may be, okay? That is definitely something that should be implemented into the game, and I can guarantee if you did that, top 32 mode would be on fire all the time. It would be super competitive, which is what it's supposed to be like to begin with. So number 10 on the list, and in my opinion the most important one, which should be addressed before any of the other issues in the game, and that is connectivity issues and stability issues in the servers. Now, it has been very bad for a very long time and never seems to be getting addressed. Everyone always has the same go-to excuse: oh, it's your McDonald's Wi-Fi, it's your internet, it's not the game, mine works fine. If you have only issues on this game when it comes to connectivity issues, then I'm sorry, it's not your internet, it's the game and the stability. That's a cop-out. You guys know exactly what I'm talking about. It is horrendous in this game sometimes. You get flung into oblivion out of the blue. All sorts of crazy things happen because the game glitches out because you're desyncing and stuff like that. And in my opinion, I feel like it's getting worse, not better. So definitely fixing the connectivity issues is definitely at the top of the list of the things that need to be addressed ASAP, because that's what's causing a lot of players to up and leave, because they're just sick and tired of guys like this glitching out, and it's not any fault of their own because on their screen they are smooth as butter. So that's my top 10 list, guys, of things that seriously need to be added and addressed with CARX, and things that are going to massively improve the overall experience for all of us, including the developers, because it's less work for you guys in the long run. But hopefully you guys enjoyed this video. If you did, don't forget to like the video, consider subscribing if you enjoyed it, and with that out of the way, I'm Solo Bandit. Thanks for watching, guys, and I'll catch you in the next one.